What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 40 of the Texans franchise. I got a good video for you guys today. We're going to start things off looking over the end of the year statistics, the standings in the league, the annual awards, and then, of course, we're going to take on the Buffalo Bills in the wild card round to see if we can advance to the divisional round. So make sure you stick around to check that out. But before we get to the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not already, and turn that bell notification on, and let's get right into it. All right, guys, we are going to start off in the standings page. We're just going to take a look around and see where all these teams finished. Starting off in the AFC North, the Browns took it home there. The Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers followed suit. We had the Colts, of course, winning our division. The Bills ended up taking it in the East. The Chiefs barely clinching it in the West. The Chargers were right on their heels, and so were really the Broncos at 9-8. Surprising that considering they had Brady Sheehan. I still don't know how to say his name, but Brady Sheehan was the guy. And it's just interesting to see that they were able to put together a decent record. I mean, for their division, that is. Not for the whole league, but for their division, it was a good one. And then look at this. What an ugly division the NFC North was in this file. 9-8 was the winner, and that was the Lions, the only team above 500. Packers at 8-9, Bears and Vikings at 7-10. My gosh. The South fared a little bit better than that. Bucks clinching that with a 12-5 record. Cowboys running through the East. And in the West, it was the 49ers, followed by the Cardinals, and then the Seahawks and Rams. And now it's time for the actual stats for the entire file. We're going to go through them all and just take a look and see where these guys finish. So Devin Yankee leading the way, 44 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, having a remarkable year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No surprises there, though, considering we know the Buccaneers always seem to have a great passing game and always have the best quarterback. Josh Allen right behind him, 43 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes, and then look who comes in at number 4 in the league, Dylan Gilbert. Not by much, but he's there. 4,937 for yards, 36 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Joe Burrow behind him. A lot of the normal names. Deontay Goodson, this is a guy that we have got to keep an eye on. I have a feeling he is going to be really good. 84 overall right now, 81 without the boosts. He's star dev. I have a feeling he'll be going to Superstar or X Factor at the end of this season. Davis Mills actually put together a halfway decent season for the Raiders. Brady Sheehan, the man I was just talking about, the Broncos, wow, okay, 46 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. My gosh. Corey Carroll, Lamar Jackson, Theo Calhoun, Landon Steele, Mac Jones, Benjamin Voigt. Interesting for the Packers to see Benjamin Voigt going off in that way. Oh, look at that. Up to a 78 now. He was like a 71 at the beginning of the season, and I had them pegged for a quarterback, but now you have to assume that Voigt is the answer. Or Jordan Love. In the rushing category, Derrick Henry doing what he does. 17 touchdowns, 1,700 yards, but that was no comparison for Nick Chubb and his 24 touchdowns rushing. Wow. Just look at all of these running backs. 17, 17, 19, 24, 17, 18, 13. There's another 24, James Robinson. Just so many running backs getting double-digit touchdowns. The majority of the top of the receiving category is still normal NFL players. Godwin, Keenan Allen, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jacoby Meyer, Drake London. He's starting to come to his own. Him and Deontay Goodson. That's going to be a great pair going into the future. David Bell has come out and become a great receiver for the Browns. Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, Diggs, Peoples-Jones, Justin Jefferson. And there's Alex Poe, the first non-NFL player to be on this list, and it took quite some time, and I have a feeling without Slayton being in tow for the first half of the season that Poe might have had a monstrous season similar to what we saw at the top of the list. Just trying to see if there is any other guys that are starting to pop off that are not expected to have done so, and I don't see too many. Chad Franklin, not many touchdowns, but over 1,200 yards. Darius Slayton went on to have a really good season with the Cowboys, 13 touchdowns and over 1,200 yards. Michael Pittman. Yeah, most of these names you expect to see. Daniel Rogers, there's one. Okay. Wow, Gabe Davis had 16 touchdowns. So Davis with 16. And then, where is he? Diggs with 11. That is what we're about to face. So it's safe to say Williams and Stingley are going to be in for a fun day against the Bills. Our very own Devin White leads the league with 155 tackles. Wow. Not far ahead of Rashaan Evans, but then Dre Greenlaw is right behind him. Tackles for loss, Aaron Donald had 21. Quite a few players had up here. 21 for Donald, 20 for Jonathan Allen, 20 for Garrett, and 20 for Clark Baker. Clark Baker is going to end up being a huge playmaker for this Falcons team. They have a good unit put it together right now. And now let's take a look at the sacks. Brian Burns leading the way with 26. Aaron Donald behind him at 15 and a half. And then Max Crosby, Karlaftis, Garrett. I don't know how to say his name. Kennedy, Watt, Lawrence, Young, Lawrence again, Nwosu, I know how to say his name, Clark Baker, Allen, Hunter, Buckner, Parsons, that's the double-digit sacks. Interceptions, Asante Samuel led it with 7. Chidobe Awuzie with 5. Kyler Gordon leads the list with a bunch of 4s here. I'll just go down this list of all the guys with 4 interceptions. And then we have the list of guys with 3 interceptions. And we'll just shimmy on down here. Oh, wow, look at that. A lot of Bills. Chuck Clark, Jair Aleem, and Desmond King. We'll be facing all those guys here shortly. Oh, wow, a lot of guys with 3 interceptions. And the last thing we got to talk about before we get to checking on the Bills and then, of course, the game is the yearly awards. Where did we place? Did Pearman end up getting to the top of the list for the AFC? And can he potentially win it? Because we know that'll end up giving us a dev upgrade. So right now, Josh Allen leading the league for MVP voting, followed by Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert. Mike McCarthy winning Coach of the Year. Juju Smith-Schuster looks like he is going to walk away with the Offensive Player of the Year, followed by Josh Jacobs. Defensive Player of the Year, Greg Russo. He has also been on a tear. This is going to be a tough matchup, guys. It really is. The Bills have a great unit. And there it is. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Calvin Pearman, finishing the season at the top of the list. That is awesome. Hopefully he can remain there. I don't think these things change once the season ends. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure once you get to the playoffs, the lists don't change anymore. Again, I don't know if I'm correct on that, but I'm about 95% sure. On the defensive side, it's Jawan Samuel of the Broncos. Wow, he's up to an 84. And then over in the NFC side, Ezekiel Elliott is running away with Offensive Player of the Year. Deebo Samuel right behind him. Defensively, no surprise to see Brian Burns up here, given his league-leading 26 sacks, I think it was. And then Aaron Donald right behind him. It almost seems like it just goes in order of the sack totals. Because, I mean, I don't see anybody. I guess the interceptions haven't been very prevalent in this version. So I guess if you lead the league in sacks, you're just going to win Defensive Player of the Year. For the rookies, of course, it's Deontay Goodson. He's had a tremendous season for a rookie, and I have a feeling he's going to get much better. Deontay Patton, the running, wow, 86 overall? Dang. I don't know if you guys remember, that was the other running back that I was going between him and Pearman, and obviously we ended up choosing Pearman. But my God, Patton. I wonder if we could have got Pearman up there if he was the starter from the whole season. Hugh Sharpton leading it for the defense. Silas Stevenson, there's another guy that was on my board. I ended up passing him up because he was too short. But hey, look at that. Second place in Rookie of the Year votings. And now let's just take a look at just the team itself. We know Gilbert had a good year. The running game is something we are still working on. But this year, we do have 2 guys, both averaging over 4 yards a carry. Last year, we did not. Both guys were under 4 yards. Not by much. It was about 3.5 to 3.7, somewhere in that range. Maybe 3.8. But it wasn't a good year. We are steadily improving in that department. And I think it'll continue to get better as we go forward and as Pearman and Sweet continue to develop. Receiving, I'm loving what we got right now. Poe, obviously the number 1. Walker is a damn good number 2. Walsh is a beast at tight end. And Collins has flourished as wide receiver 3 for us since the trade earlier in the season. Our biggest issue all year has been the defense. At times, it seems that we cannot stop anything, and other times, we're overwhelming for offenses. Devin White, I have no problem with Devin White. I think he's going to be a stud for us. He's still going to be here for a while. I don't plan on moving him at all. Greenlaw is somebody that I really like as well. I think Hobbs played rather well, even though he didn't get any interceptions for us. I just think he played really good for us in the slot. I don't remember us having to say that he got burned too many times. Bonner started making a lot of plays towards the end of the year. That was really good to see. And this is where the first question mark is. Jalen Petrie. Is he somebody that we want to take into the future? He was there. He made some good plays, but looking at his plays here, yes, he had 87 tackles, which of course he's going to. He's a safety. No interceptions. And, you know, it just doesn't seem to be, I don't know. He just doesn't seem to be clicking. I mean, maybe it's the way the game works this year, but I just have a feeling we might be in for a change at the safety position this year. Because Bonner definitely made plays. There was no mistaking that Bonner was making plays both in the pass coverage and in the run game from time to time. You saw him pop off the screen. You just didn't see Petrie pop off the screen all that often. Greedy Williams, a very up and down season. Very up and down. Some games he was getting beat nonstop. Other games he was shutting it down and making game-changing plays. Stingley didn't get a lot of interceptions, but he also just didn't seem to get targeted as much, which is just as good. And considering he's going up against the better receivers, for us to not have to call his number out as often means that he's on the right track. McManus is going to get there at some point. He's still growing. I want us to start getting more production from the defensive end units. Bernard had a good year. He's going to be here at least another season yet. I don't plan on moving him until after next year, depending on how the offseason goes. But he has been one of our more consistent forces on the defensive line. Charles Omenihu has been an absolute beast of an addition. I love the addition of Charles Omenihu. He has stepped right in and have taken over that Robinson role for us, and he's ran with it. Patrick Queen didn't see the field all that often because of how we run the defense. We run, obviously, nickel majority of the game, which is why I'm thinking of potentially this might be the last year for him. If we end up drafting one of these linebackers that I've mentioned in the past videos when we were going over some of these guys, or finding somebody in free agency that maybe is a little bit younger, does it make sense to keep Queen on the roster with his contract, or do we let him go and develop somebody new since they're not on the field as much anyway? That's where my thinking is at right now with Patrick Queen. Not that he hasn't been very good, but does he warrant the contract for the amount of time he's playing on our defense is really what I'm getting at. I think Redmond is going to be good. He had some issues with injuries this year. And then Jermichael Landry. Not a lot of playing time. He was the fourth corner, but that is going to change going into the future. I know that for a fact. And he showed flashes. He's got a lot of growing to do yet, but he has definitely shown flashes for us when it came time to. So both teams opened up with a punt, so we find ourselves back with the ball at the 28-yard line. We got three receivers split left, handoff to Pierman, and Pierman is wrapped up by Edmonds. Almost had a shot there, but the blocker just could not get the block down, and now we'll go Pierman on the other side, and Edmonds again. He has been all over the field every time we give the ball to Pierman. 3 tackles on the 3 runs. Gilbert fires. Oh my God, it's intercepted. He tried to force it into double coverage, and look who it is. It's Desmond King, our former player, gets the interception off the tip pass from Elam, and you just can't force that play. That's going to give Buffalo the ball at the 47. Allen right over the middle. Gabe Davis breaking free, and he is wrapped up at the 40. On second down, they're going to stick with the pass. Quick throw over the middle. Davis again. That was a spot route there. They'll get him the first. And finally, they'll run it once with Jones, who tries to do a weird spin, but McManus was not falling for that at all, and they'll end up losing a yard. Not sure what he was trying there. Pistol for Allen as he's going to roll out, fires it to the left, and he's just thrown it away. Allen, time running out. He's going to force it out to Jones, and we get the stop. It's Hobbs once again, and that's going to be at least forcing a field goal. which you got to be appreciative of after giving up an interception. Gilbert's going to go right back to the air, and this time Walker holds on. Not sure how he held on to that thing. He got hit immediately as White was going for the interception. Gain of 11, first down, handoff, Pearman cuts it back up inside, and this time he'll find a decent lane for a gain of 5. As I mentioned on the last drive, Edmonds has been all over our run game. Every time we give it to Pearman, he's right there. Gilbert throws it outside for Poe, who makes the catch, and we'll get a first. Want to try and get Poe involved early and often in this game. Pearman trying to make something happen. I'm not sure where he saw the lane. I thought there was a lane right off the side of the guard there. He tries to cut it back. It does not work. And now Gilbert under pressure, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, 3rd and 17. And Gilbert just throws it, and yeah, that's going to end up in a punt. Empty backfield for Allen. Rolling out under pressure, and there we go. We get an interception. It's Stingley playing one-on-one against Stephon Diggs, and he gets the interception. What a play. I mean, you got to credit McManus as well with the pressure, forcing a bad throw, and then Stingley just capitalizing on that situation. But now we got ourselves set up perfect here for a chance at a touchdown. We just have to take it. Handoff, Pearman up the middle, down to the 14-yard line. And we'll go to Sweet. And Edmonds again. My gosh. Here we go, 3rd down. Gilbert, quick throw to the end zone. It's dropped. And we're going to have to settle for a field goal. After the stop on defense, we come out here. I formation, hand it off to Pearman. And my God, can Edmonds leave? Can he go away for a while? We can't get a run play off without him being in the backfield. Or at least close to the line. 2nd and 8. Jones in motion. Look for a run to Sweet here. Yep, run to Sweet. And that time it's Milano. Bunch formation. Gilbert's got to throw it. Finally does. And it's Poe who makes the catch, and he'll get the first. Good job by Gilbert there, standing in the pocket, taking the pressure, but still delivering a good ball. And now it's another handoff. Pearman cuts it back inside, almost catching a big break there. But Edmonds able to get an arm on him and bring him down after 7. That was probably one of the best runs we've had today. We'll go back to Pearman because of it. As the hole closed up quickly, he tries to bounce it back, but to no avail. 3rd and 2. We go back to the ground here. We do. Another handoff, and this time we'll get the first. Nice job. That inside zone out of the shotgun always seems to be a good decision because we spread that defense out a little bit. We take away the effectiveness of the second level. And, oh, wow, that was a great open field tackle. I mean, Sweet's got to break that. That's a corner. You got to break that tackle because if he breaks that tackle, he's probably 10 yards, 15 yards downfield before the next contact because there was nobody back there. They completely crash on a big blitz. So that right there, I mean, as much as it is a good play by Elam, as Sweet as a 230-pound back, you got to break that thing, man. That's crazy. 2nd and 11. Gilbert over the middle. Walker trying to find an opening, but he'll get to the 49. Let's see what we got. Gilbert. There it is. Easy completion to Pearman, and he's down to the 34. Offset eye on first. It's another handoff, and Pearman. It's Edmonds again. Can this guy just leave us alone? My God. This dude is just a ball hawk for the run game. Quick throw to Poe and get down. Okay, gosh, I was sort of afraid they were trying to strip that thing. I have a feeling we're going to go back to the ground game. We do. And Pearman gets it with a big crease up the middle, down to the 11. We got to capitalize with a touchdown here. Come on, Gilbert. Or Pearman. Well, that didn't work. We've ran the ball quite a bit today, as we run it for the 19th time. Pearman's got 16 rushes already. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I did not do nothing but running book. It's just so volatile. I'm telling you guys, it's a volatile thing when it comes to how this book works as we get tackled short of the first and another field goal coming. Closing in on halftime here. And if we can get out of here with this score, even like a 6-6 ball game, I'll be happy with that. Davis over the middle, a big play there, out to the 45. Seems as if Davis has taken over as the lead receiver for this team. looking at the stats, I know Diggs has more receiving yards, but the bigger scoring threat seems to be Gabe Davis, and right now they seem to be attacking him a lot more as Grenard trying to get over for the sack, but Allen able to get rid of it just in time. Dang it, man. I was really hoping for a sack there. Allen, a quick throw this time, and it's caught. Wow. And that's why Diggs, even though Davis is playing so good this year, is such a dangerous player. In the middle of two defenders, he holds on to it as Stingley's hitting him. And also Allen for putting it on a line right into his chest. And that was just a great play all around. Buffalo moving. Oh, going for the screen, and they'll get it. They got blockers, and Jones out of bounds at the 36. In this day and age in Madden, that's about as best as you can offer, or I guess expect, when it comes to the screen game. Allen, a short throw to Knox on a little wheel route, and that's going to get another big gain down to about the 24, I think it was. Got to try and hold him to a field goal here. Come on, defense. Allen, back, fires over the middle, and it's Diggs again. Crossing route. We were in man, but he just beat Stingley inside, and Stingley could not recover. It's a big test for these corners today. I'm not going to be as picky with them today. Play action to Jones. End zone. Touchdown. Gabe Davis. That time it was Davis working against Stingley, and that was a beautiful throw and a beautiful catch in the end zone. Buffalo is going to score the first touchdown of the day. Allen looking short, and he's got Diggs out of bounds, gain of 9. Right towards the end of the first half, and now you're seeing on this drive is Diggs and Davis are really starting to come alive. Great play there. Omenihu has just been such a talented player to have this year. He just made a big open field tackle against one of the best running backs in the league. Handoff. That time, though, we can't get it. And Jones breaks free into the secondary down to the 42. They've been sort of the opposite of us. But I think we've had a little bit more of a balanced approach where they have just been passing it at will. And there's another completion. That time it was Gabe Davis holding on in traffic. Great job. Oh my God, what just happened there? Our whole defense just froze for a second while Diggs caught the ball. Allen over the middle. Davis, another big catch. They're going to throw it this time, and it's caught. Dawson Knox, touchdown, Buffalo. We're going to have to start making some adjustments to this game plan here. We got to start moving this ball down the field. 2nd and 7, another handoff. Not liking this handoff stuff. You know, it's just really frustrating when you test these books multiple times and you see things multiple times, and then it does the complete opposite once you get to the live scenario. I used this book a few times to close out the season, right? I used it once. And you guys saw when we used it, we didn't have this much of an increase in the running game. Like, we just had a decent running game. But now we're just getting to the third quarter. Pearman already has 20 carries. And Gilbert just seems to not want to even throw the ball. It's just very weird. And a flag down. I'm not sure what this is going to be on. I have a feeling it's going to be defensive pass interference, though it is. We're going to get a big break there. They were double covering Jordan Walker and Tre'Davious White. That's sort of that touchy stuff that I mentioned before. Like, there's just some things that I think they changed something with the last update, even though they didn't say anything, which doesn't surprise me, but things have definitely changed a little bit since that happened. Oh, Hendricks shoving dude down. What are you celebrating, Clark? 2nd and 13, but we need Gilbert to push this ball downfield, like, now. Or throw it 4 yards. That works. All right, here it is. Come on. There it is. Finally an open player. It's Collins down to the 3. But this is where we have been struggling, though, is finishing these drives. We need to get this thing in the end zone here. Sweet lined up. It's a handoff to Hendricks, plowing his way forward and into the end zone. What? They said he was short? No way. Wow. Oh my God. There's no way they called that short. I swear, we're about to get stood up here again, aren't we? Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me. And apparently we just flipped sides of the field. All I did was change out Pearman for Sweet. And we flip sides of the field and we go for it and we don't get it. 2nd and 1. Play action. Allen looking. And again, it's open. We got to stop the bleeding here soon if we don't want to make this a blowout here. Allen backpedaling. Trucks it up over the middle, and it's intercepted. It's Frank Bonner with the pick. Wow, that was so needed. Allen just chucks it up. I'm not sure where he was trying to go for it. Looks like it was Diggs trying to run back. And we get ourselves a huge break. And now let's see if we can do something with it, because we need to. Hand off to Sweet, and Sweet gets stood up. And a throw outside to Walsh, and Walsh gets the first. Another throw on first. Gilbert underneath to Walker. Gilbert back. Over the middle. Collins with the catch, and he's down to the 33. A big play. Just got to keep it moving like this. Just keep this rhythm going here, Gilbert. First down. Here we go. Throw it again. Throw the ball. Oh, no. Oh, God. As soon as that happened, I knew it was going to be an interception. Yeah, this game is not going very well right now. At all. And now we give that up. Come on, guys. Little pump fake. Allen to the other side. It's caught by Davis. They are just moving down the field without any kind of resistance at this point. Any receiver needs to get the ball, they got it. Where is the defense on these plays, man? Davis in motion. Handoff. And Jones just limboing under defenders to get... What in the hell? Here we go. 3rd and 4. Allen over the middle. And, yep, we give it up. That's not a first. That's insane. That was definitely a first down. This is pretty much our last chance to get back in this game. We need something big here. Gilbert takes the snap, empty backfield. He's looking for Poe, and he doesn't hit him. He had him too. Gilbert, where are you throwing the ball? All right, here we go. 3rd down. And you throw it out of bounds. Bills up by 14, 9 minutes to go. Play action, looking deep, and it's caught. Dawson Knox working against Petrie. Somebody's got to step up here. Come on, defense. Or not. I'm trying to root them on, guys. I really am. It's not working. Well, if we don't get a turnover here before the end of this drive, it's game over. And we just get, what was that, pass interference? Yep. 2nd and goal, handoff to Jones, and he goes in without a problem. And that is the end of our season, folks. Gilbert back to throw it, running backwards, and he fumbles the ball. No way is this happening right now. And here we get a couple of consolation plays to make us feel not so inadequate before the end of this game. Gilbert to the end zone, and oh, look at that. Now we can throw the ball. Now we can play football. At 3 minutes left in the game, when everything is over with, this is when we can play football. How fitting. And this should be the last play of the game and the last play of the season for us. It was a tough loss today, guys. It really was. I thought we'd have a better fight. I really did. I did not see us getting blown out like this. I mean, the play calling itself didn't go our way early on, and we just never responded. And then when we did try to respond, Gilbert just could not get it done. So we'll go back to the drawing board for another offseason, and hopefully we can come out with a better situation on the other side. But there is definitely some change that's going to have to come with this team defensively for sure. I think that's one of our bigger issues right now. And this is just the beginning, though. It just lets us know where we got to get to. That's going to do it for the season, guys. I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and sim through the playoffs at least before we end this video. And then speaking of the season being over, we had the poll up for the off season, and I do want to do a live stream for the off season. But with me recording this, the day I'm recording it, today is Friday, and this will be going live on Sunday. I guess I anticipated at least one more game yet before the end of the season, so I was expecting us to be able to maybe do the offseason next Saturday, but I almost wonder if it might be best to do a video so I don't have to wait a whole week to get the video out. Because if otherwise, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because I have the weekend yet to record the off season, which is a much bigger process than one of these videos. It's usually 4 or 5 hours of recording and then 3 hours of editing, and yeah, it's a lot of work. So I think what we'll do is this off season, I'm just gonna do the video portion of it, just because of the timing. If we had one more game to play before the end of the season, I could do that on like Wednesday or Thursday, and then I could do the live stream on Saturday. But I don't want to go 6 days without having the next video out for the off season, if that makes sense. So I think we're gonna go ahead and just do the video this one, and then we'll make sure to get a live stream in on the next off season or something along the lines. We'll make sure it happens, because I would like to get that done with you guys. But as for now, we will just plan on the video to release midweek, probably Wednesday or Thursday, shooting for Wednesday. And then let's sim to the end of this playoffs and see who ends up winning it all. All right, we'll stop here at the Pro Bowl. You can see the Cowboys and Browns are the teams that made it all the way. There was 2 stories that popped up throughout the playoffs. One about Doug Stein. It says Arizona defensive end Doug Stein announced that a training injury was the reason behind his withdrawal from this year's combine. And then Matt Miller added to that, as hard as prospects train for the combine, I'm shocked we don't see more injuries. Tough break for Doug Stein. Then we also had one for Josh Vanover, who is the top middle linebacker. It says questions continue to surround the health. He's got a long injury history between high school and college. That's not good. And then Daniel Jeremiah here, Byron Goodwin and Kenny Moss could both be star halfbacks, but if I had to choose, I'd take Goodwin. And while we're here, let's see if any of our players end up making the Pro Bowl. I'm not going to read off all the names. I'm just going to go down the list. And if I see something interesting, I will let you guys know. And then you guys, of course, can pause it as need be if you want to check out who all made it. So it looks like we're starting to see a lot of new faces, though, in the playoffs. Up top here, Yankee, Voit, and then Steele making it for the quarterbacks. I don't see anybody yet. Nobody on the offense for us. There we go. Tunsil made it. Jenkins made it. Dre Greenlaw made it. There we go. Didn't expect that. Riley Patterson made it. And that was it for us. So not too many guys this year. And the last thing I wanted to check on is where we stand with development traits, if anybody gained or lost them. So Calvin Pearman did end up going up to superstar. That is big for us going into the future. Will definitely be a big help. It doesn't look like anybody lost anything up here. Gilbert still superstar. Walker still superstar. Poe still X Factor. Did Tunsil lose star? Doesn't say he did. Maybe I took that away from him. So McManus and Stingley kept their superstar, but it looks like Devin White lost his superstar. And I can't remember, did Greenlaw have superstar? I think he did. Maybe not. He also took a little bit of a hit too. He lost 10. That's something we'll have to look at. I really wish that Madden kept that in play. You guys remember they had that regressions tab that would pop up and you could just see what the regression was. I don't know why they ever took that away, but they did. And it really irritates the crap out of me because I love looking at that every year to sort of track who all lost a step. I thought it was a good tool to look at and a good thing to know. And the fact that they took it away just really irritates the crap out of me. But that is the end of the season. We got a chance to see it all the way through. Like I mentioned before, guys, as much as I would like to wait and do a whole live stream for the off season next weekend, I just don't want to push it off that far. I don't want to go the whole week without having a single video for the Texans. I want to be able to post one on Wednesday or Thursday. So we're going to plan to have the off season out on Wednesday. And who knows, maybe we do the preseason as a live stream, or maybe we just wait until next season to do the live stream. Let me know down below what you guys think of that. As for this video, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you have not already, and turn that bell notification on so you don't miss out on anything else. And I'll see you guys next time.